original sin being, we're all born in sin. We all inherit the sin of Adam.
Right.
We white people inherit the sin of slavery and colonialism. And because we're white, we have to feel guilty for what not necessarily our ancestors, but people of the same color as us in past centuries did. So that's one analogy. And then transubstantiation, which is in the Catholic religion, the wine literally turns to blood, where literally doesn't quite mean literally. It means what Aristotle called the accidentals stay wine, but the true substance of the wine becomes blood. So when somebody stands up and says, I am a woman, although they've got a male body, that's transubstantiation.
It's just like, that is like a Fox News, like they're saying you have to be ashamed of being white and guilty about that.
You agree or disagree with the following statement? It is okay to be white.
No, that's not okay. It's terrible to be white.
No comment.
And that your body literally changes magically, and that men just become women by just declaring that they are.
Day one of being a girl, and I have already cried 3 times.
And then the other guy's like, that's clearly delusional. It's like, yeah, that's why nobody's saying any of that. Nobody's making those arguments. You heard that on whatever freaking like Matt Walsh podcast, and then came here and regurgitated it. I don't know where you're getting that information from. It certainly isn't trans people, and it certainly isn't other biologists who actually know what gender is.
Biologist Dr. Emma Hilton and evolutionary biologist Dr. Colin Wright note, quote, "The evolutionary function of these two anatomies is to aid in reproduction via the fusion of sperm and ova. No third type of sex cell exists in humans, and therefore there is no sex spectrum or additional sexes beyond male and female. Sex is binary," unquote.
Like, the white guilt thing, so weirdly out of left field. Nobody's asking you to be guilty for being white or to feel bad about being white.
This is a recent Rasmussen poll. Asked that question to Americans. Do you disagree or agree with the following statement? Is it okay to be white? They did find that only 53% of Black Americans said yes to that.
What I hope is that we experience what I talked about in the first talk, godly grief. Godly grief recognizes your own part in injustice and you feel that guilt, but your grief is also because you've done harm to someone else. But there's something called, let me talk to the white students for a moment. There's something called white guilt, which may not be healthy. Because that kind of guilt is fundamentally self-centered.
We're asking you to recognize and try to stop, exclusively benefiting from the systems that are put in place to benefit you from being white. We're asking you just to recognize the fact that the world is built for you and that you benefit greatly from it, and that other people are hurt because of it, and so try to fix that situation. Don't feel bad about the situation you were born into. Try to fix the situation that you were born into.
Take you on a little visit here to an area. It's an example of some of the white ghettos in the eastern Kentucky Appalachian Mountains. These communities down here are economically depressed. There are people down here who have no functioning utilities and they sleep on the floor. They don't have water, they don't have septic, and if they do, they probably have the sewage coming up in their yard. They have windows missing. I don't ever want to hear anybody talk to me about white privilege, because every damn one of these people down here are white, and nobody gives a shit about any one of them.